Hi, picture it, August 28th, 1963, the March on Washington. This event was a historical moment for everyone young and old. The civil rights movement of the 1960s helped to rally the March of 1963 on Washington. This march also occurred 100 years after Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed the slaves. This event started at 11 a.m. with 200,000 people plus in attendance, with everyone nationwide watching from their televisions at home. Everyone was adjacent by the Lincoln Memorial, since this was a significant part of the reason why the march was able to take place. The march was filled with everyday people from all nationalities that all wanted the same things. They wanted the equal right to vote. They wanted fair wages and employment. They wanted freedom. They wanted equality. But they also wanted something that we all still want today, and that's equal rights for everyone, regardless of race, creed, or color. Martin Luther King's speech, "I Have a Dream," was also an important part of the March on Washington, because his speech was so moving and so monumental that many people just stood there in awe while he spoke. While he spoke about that he's seen the promised land and he wanted to reach the mountaintop, and he wanted black children and white children to come together as one. And basically he just wanted everyone to not look at color, but just look at the person themselves. Martin Luther King was also associated with the Advancement of Colored People Foundation and the Southern Christian Leadership Foundation. He had two keynote speakers that came to speak at the event. One of them was Roy Wilkinson, and he was also an executive secretary of the NAACP. John Lewis was also the youngest speaker that spoke at the March on Washington. And he was also a student at the time with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. The march is also credited with passing the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which led to the voting rights of 1965. This march was an important part of our nation's history, and it was one that many can tell over and over again in many different ways. I, for one, would have liked to be among the people enjoying myself and listening to speakers and musicians trying to help us gain the equality and freedom and rights that not just black people deserve, but that all nationalities deserve. Many famous celebrities were there that day. Marlon Brando, Harry Belafonte, Paul Newman, Arthur James Baldwin, and Charlton Heston. And I know there were plenty more in attendance, and by looking at all the pictures, you can see that not just those people were famous. It was just people that came from many states around the world that everyone was famous. From people that came from all walks of life that came to support this organization. The struggle of equality is still a growing problem of today, and all nationalities have endured hardships in America. This speech was his speech, Martin Luther King's speech, was the high part of the civil rights movement. And I know it is a movement that is still going strong today, and it is something that is a work in progress for all of us. I hope you all enjoyed my speech, and thank you for your time.